Welcome back, time to newcomers. I'd like to apologize to State's Attorney. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Lunabelle7 over on Deviantart with her Project Justice page. She is promoting the series right now, so I didn't even have to ask her, so I'm really happy about that. Go check out Project Justice, join the group, give her some support. She is a friend as far as I'm concerned, so check her out. In the last episode, we found out a bit about Violent Gramarye. The question is what he has to do with this case, but maybe we'll find out soon. Meanwhile, let's talk to Emma. The trial today.
I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
How?
I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year.
If only it worked that way.
It just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen that air duct, and he could have shot that revolver.
But that's not how it sounded in Lamia's testimony.
You mean her saying she heard Detective Daryan's voice at the scene?
That's right!
Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing for once in this country?
Emma confirmed as murderer.
I'll murder you.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Better.
The case.
Was that true what you said in court today? You know, about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics.
The guitar serenade, you mean?
I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then, Lamia flew through the air. Then, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. Latisse's life. And he went up into the sky with the guitar. Well, 30 feet up at least.
It's kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence.
I know! And I found it.
You think the same person did all of this?
Don't ask me. I didn't do it. Apollo confirmed as murderer. Just kidding.
Neither did I. I couldn't fit through that air vent anyway.
What? You all think I did it?
We know you did it.
Sometimes I worry about that girl. Seriously, how many times have we said you haven't done it now, Trucy? Good lord.
For the last time, I didn't do it! So, what did you find?
It's so little, I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa.
What is it?
Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna.
Like on a beetle?
Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort.
An electronic signal, you say?
Alright, well, maybe you know what this is then, Emma. Do you think you could take a look at this?
A small device. Looks like a transmitter.
A transmitter?
You press the switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though.
A signal? You mean an electronic signal?
What is it, Apollo?
Say, Emma.
Yes?
You know that strange object you said you found?
Oh, this?
Let me try pressing the switch.
Ow!
It's a fire! Emma's device is on fire!
What's the big idea?
Ah!
Well, now we know what this is. An igniter.
This part here must work like a lighter.
you lit me up, that's for sure.
Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose.
I suppose. At least we're getting somewhere with this case.
Yeah, like proving you're the murderer.
Hey, Apollo! Let's ask Emma more about this switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience.
By the way, I'm totally kidding. She's not the murderer. Yeah. If any of you guys are taking that too seriously, I apologize. But yeah, she's not the murderer. She's a main character, for God's sake. How could she be the murderer?
What are you trying to do? Burn me alive?
Come on, it was just a few sparks.
Says you. You weren't the one holding it.
There's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking.
Anyway, now we know this is a remote for an igniter.
Let me see that for a second.
Well?
Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak. Probably only reaches 30 feet.
A transmitter, huh?
Remote trigger updated in the court record.
Incidentally, if you look at the cross-section diagram of the stage area, let's see, 30 feet from Lamia's dressing room, that covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage.
It kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. Forum diagram added to the court record.
I guess I'd best be getting on with my investigation.
We're off to look for more clues elsewhere, then.
I feel better just knowing what this is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later.
Good luck!
I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. Yeah. Alright, well, now that that's over with, and we got like 3 or 4 more pieces of evidence, I think we're making progress. Let's go back to the hallway. Lamia, we've talked to you. Which one were we just in? Let's go to the Governor's dressing room. No? Okay, what if we moved back to the stage and asked Valent about this stuff now? Maybe we can unlock a 4th chat option or something. Let's see. Nope. Nothing with that. What about this? Nope. Okay, what about this? Nope. Nothing with the forum diagram. We presented the videotape. We don't want to see that again. We're going to be seeing that a lot in trial, by the way, so I hope you don't get tired of that one scene with Lamia singing. Alright, because that would be bad. Sunshine Coliseum. Ah, okay. July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum. Oh, God.
What? Come to laugh at the murderer?
No, I've come to laugh at your phallic-shaped hair. Ooh, burn.
Daryan!
The old bag opens a pie hole, and wham bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks! They won't let me work while I'm a suspect.
Daryan isn't in the best of moods, is he?
Well, I wouldn't be either if somebody just accused me of murder. Not many people are these days, it seems.
It is a crime scene. Not exactly the happiest place to hang out.
And yet look at all those static people and that blimp behind you in this wonderful day.
And then Gavin had to go rub salt on the wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid!
And so is your phallic-shaped hair. Alright, let's see what angry phallic-shaped hair Daryan has to say.
So, about your alibi.
You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the 3rd set.
That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots. And found Mr. Latou's dead.
I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on stage.
Your guitar playing was something else.
Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work.
There's no need to yell at me. It's Lamia's fault. She was the one who said she heard the voice at the moment of the crime.
Man, I never even talked to the old windbag. How could she possibly identify me?
Prosecutor Gavin. God, this guy is freaking pissed. Not just because his hair. Okay, I'll stop making jokes like that. I don't care, they're getting old. Prosecutor Gavin.
They won't let you work?
He won't let me work. Gavin says I need to lie low until the suspicion is cleared. What suspicion? He can be such a stick in the mud.
Mr. Gavin? A stick in the mud?
He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day?
Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board?
And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about?
This part is off.
Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Daryan.
He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really.
Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums.
The band's fine too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much.
Oh, him? He's down at the Prosecutor's Office, most likely.
The Prosecutor's Office? I've never been there, have I?
The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally, I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally.
Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office.
Huh. Maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Right on!
Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you!
Yeah.
And tell him I want into that crime scene.
We'll be going now.
Hey, wait.
Yes?
What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right?
Well...
Great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on that stage when it happened, okay? Ripping!
Huh.
Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong, and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself.
So now the question is, who's right, Lamia or Daryan? But honestly, like, who would you trust? The mask lady or the guy with the phallic hair? I don't know. It's a good one.
Let's not talk to him anymore, alright?
Detective Daryan Crescend. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. Seriously. Alright, well, guess we'll go to Gavin's office. Wow, it's messy. July 9th, Prosecutor Gavin's office.
So, this is it. The Gaviner's head office.
It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking what is this creepy thing, object, whatever.
Looks like Prosecutor Gavin's on the phone.
Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quietly.
That's eavesdropping.
Why? We'd just be waiting. Quietly. So he didn't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band?
She'd make a good reporter. For a gossip mag.
What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche.
Latouche?
Look, don't talk to me about those Burgundians, okay? Just get me that report, chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's times like this when I start to miss Daryan. What a sexy man, huh?
Hiya!
Just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad.
How could I be? There's not enough tee-hee in the world in any case. Have a seat.
Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist.
Watch and learn, Apollo.
So, who have you come to see?
Huh?
Klavier, lead vocalist for the Governors, or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom?
What do you think he means, Apollo?
I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go? That's a good question. Well, let's get his chat options out of the way first before we examine anything.
Oh, that reminds me, did you see the paper today?
Yes! I always read the TV section.
Good girl. How about you, Forehead?
I read the funnies.
Then you will not have seen this.
Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song.
Ooh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one.
It's not a show, it's an article. News, you know?
Oh, does this have anything to do with the case?
Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life as a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless, endless. Thanks to the case you made today, of course.
Oh, that was all Apollo's idea.
Hey! Is that a newspaper over there, too?
Ah yes, the Burgundian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look.
Thanks, but I can't read Borginian.
Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say, this is big news over there as well. So they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics of my song.
Probably no one in Borginia could believe it.
It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. The journalist didn't see the need to mention it.
That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself. Borginian newspaper out of the courtroom.
Lamara's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I'd imagine. Which is why I've had Daryan step down from the investigation for now.
Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum.
Lamara was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case. Quickly, if possible.
The Guitar Serenade.
I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it.
You co-wrote it with Lamia, if I remember correctly.
That's right. It was last year. I'd gone to tour Burgundy's legal system, as a matter of fact.
And that's when you heard Lamiar's voice?
It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting.
Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout.
I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy.
Don't call me special. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and she wrote a song right there, backstage. Maki on piano, that Dodchet voice, and myself on a guitar that I borrowed from Lamia.
And music history was made.
It actually rhymes, that should be a song.
Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have. Like Apollo said.
It is a memory I hold dear. The song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar's right over there.
You mean this charred lump?
Don't call it a lump! That's a piece of history! And it's only browned, not really charred.
No matter. I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have.
What happened during that song, anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire?
Do you think you could show it to us? Your slightly burnt guitar?
I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it? Well, let's go ahead and, well, maybe we can't yet. Let's examine the guitar first. See what we can do here, because I know we're supposed to examine a few things in this office. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this.
That's the guitar from the concert, isn't it?
I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar incidentally.
Oh? Did you find anything out?
He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing.
Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on?
Sounds like something we should ask about.
We sure should. Anything else here? What's this?
What's that on the plate there?
Is that gum?
Gum?
Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang. So he put it on the plate for later consumption.
You'd think a rock star could afford a fresh stick.
Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I?
What is that? It looks like a lump of plastic.
Wait, that phone call.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking what is this creepy thing, object, whatever.
Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone.
What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latus.
Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Latouche?
Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you?
Who? Us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to.
Hey, you were the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter.
To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after.
This lump?
Would you mind telling us what you do know about it? Please do, Mr. Gavin. Lamia's guitar, first of all.
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamia.
How did it end up here?
She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar is from Virginia.
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruins the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamia's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
See? Prosecutors do have a lot of clout.
I still think he's a special case.
Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned.
Prosecutor Gavin's guitar out of the court record. What was it you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar?
That's right! What was that all about?
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front. It is called the sound hole.
Ah, so that's what it's called. The more you know!
Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
I think I see where this is going.
Yes, this in fact. The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else.
That device looks strangely familiar. A strange lump. We'll ask about that device in a minute.
This was found in Mr. Latous's bag. It's apparently a replica of something.
A replica? It's a small lump, about 1.5 inches long.
You should be familiar with that size. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it is a replica of.
You mean, whatever Mr. Latouche was after?
That seems to be the most logical explanation.
Well, what is it?
Don't ask me, Fräulein.
Oh? If you don't want to tell us, you could just say so.
I've put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Bulgaria. But apparently there's a block on information somewhere along the chain.
Oh?
Something Interpol doesn't want to tell Bulgaria. Something about this little piece of plastic.
Mr. Latouche went through all that trouble to become Lamira's manager. Just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? And he died for it. Replica out of the court.
I've sent someone to the Coliseum to fetch Lamia. Perhaps she knows something about it being a Bulgarian.
Perhaps she does. I think we're on the verge of being able to talk to Maki, but we're gonna go to Lamia first. Just to see. Because I think this lump is what we have to show her. July 9th, backstage hallway. This place is deserted.
I wonder where Lamia went off to.
I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful.
I guess. But I can't help worry about her a little.
Huh. Okay, well, I guess we do have to go back to Maki then. Let's do it. Alright. It's Maki time! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Back to the agency and then detention center. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Detention center! Oh, is he gone too? July 9th, detention center visitors room.
Looks like Maki is in questioning.
Questioning? What are they gonna get out of a guy who doesn't understand English? Huh? The police must have a Borginian interpreter. Oh, well, that makes sense. That's no fair. I wish we could talk to him.
I guess we'll just have to come back later if we want to see him.
I guess so. Crap! Well, okay, where do we go then? Let's see. We've been to Gavin's office. There's nothing else to get here. There's nothing in the cut. I guess the only place left to go is the stage, maybe? Guess let's see if we can go to the stage, or maybe the Gaviner's dressing room. We haven't seen anybody in Gaviner's dressing room yet. No? Okay. What about Lamira's dressing room? Okay, maybe Emma knows something about something. Like this replica, for example. Do you think you could take a look at this, Emma? Emma? Her rate of chewing is increasing. Better back off before it's too late. Okay, so Emma can't help us right now. Maybe there's something I forgot to ask her? No, I've got all her chat options. Alright, the stage is the last place to go. If it's not the stage, then I'm obviously missing something. Okay, did I miss a chat option with you? Yes, there is one more I have yet to unlock with Valent. So, can I present this guitar? No. Okay, I can't present the guitar. What about the replica? What about the Borginian newspaper? Nope. Alright, so it must be something with Gavin that I forgot. I bet there's a chat option I didn't click or something. Let's see. To Gavin we go. Shall we? Gavin. Did I miss a chat option, Gavin? No, I got everything. Is there anything else to examine over here? I don't recall there being anything else to examine in this part other than the stuff that we've got. Oh, let's present this. has to be one of these.
What is it, Apollo?
That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this.
Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it?
It's obviously an igniter, and we're gonna have to continue this conversation next episode. Rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, and see you guys on the next epic episode of Apollo Justice.